So, most of you know that I'm grateful for TBZ to giving me the privilege to blow shofar every year on the second day of Rosh Hashanah in honor of my father who loved blowing shofar and who died on the first day of Rosh Hashanah 12 years ago. It's like, I think a human life is like, a drop falling into a pond, leaves ripples that go out from it, and you can move into those ripples and keep them alive a bit more. So I think for me that's part of what this Rosh Hashanah shofar blowing is. The shofar is one of our most dramatic non-verbal rituals. And so because we're Jews, there's an old tradition of saying words before it. I think, to help break through the covers of words so we can hear something of just the sound with an open heart. And this year I want to say a very, very simple thing. I want to say, Teki'ah, Shivarim Teru'ah, Teki'ah. That's it. That's it. Teki'ah is called in the rabbinic literature a simple sound. It starts out simple. Really starts out simple. Now, you come into the world, right? You want to be a good kid. You want to love, you want to be loved. Now, you meet somebody. You love them. You want to be together. Maybe you want to raise children together. You want to make a better world for your kids. It starts so simple. And then it gets complicated. And then things start crashing and clashing, and I want to do this, but it clashes with the thing that you do, and I try to do the other thing, and I want to reach out and help you, but I'm afraid that you'll be insulted by that, and people get hurt, and I get hurt, and everybody gets hurt, and everything becomes broken. And what was once such a simple, straightforward desire, place of being, becomes a place of brokenness and pain and hurt. And our desire, our longing, our practice, the work we do our whole life, right, is to come back from that broken place to Teki'ah. To reclaim that simple, straightforward feeling. It's not the one we started with, because this time around you can hear all the echoes of the brokenness that went through in this last Teki'ah. But they enrich it. They give it texture. They give it sustainability. But that's our practice. And we do it again and again and again. Teki'ah. Start with a simple place. Shvarim, everything gets complicated. We hurt, we get hurt. Teki'ah. Right, working back to the simple, straightforward place. Our teacher Judith yesterday, for those who are privileged to be here, reminded us that our mother, our grandmother Sarah is the main figure of Rosh Hashanah. And in the books of the Hasidic Rebbes, it says, Sarah, she's the main figure of Tkiyat Shofar. Right? They say Sarah, the first three letters of Sarah, Shin Resh Hey, acronym Shofar Rosh Hashanah. Like when we enter into the person, the figure we're entering into, in Kriyat Shofar is the figure of Sarah. You think Sarah wanted Ishmael to die? You think Sarah doesn't know that when you start sacrificing kids, your kid is always the second in line and sometimes the first? She wanted simple things. Right? She wanted to be with her husband. She wanted to have children. She saw it wasn't working. She wanted to sacrifice herself so he could at least have this pleasure. And it got complicated. And it got broken, and people got hurt. Right? And it's her place of calling out that we have to listen to. We have to go back to that mother, right? And remember, it was simple. It got complicated. It got painful. And we work our way back to the Tkiya Pshuta. Right, and that's the great riddle of our existence, is how do you come back from the Shvarim, Truah, from the place of brokenness to the place of reclaiming a new simplicity. So I learned a week ago an amazing thing that I hadn't known before, that in the Hasidic tradition of Ishbitz, it's their practice. You know the blessing, "You have loved us with a great and eternal love," that we say before Kriyat Shema? In Ishbitz, they say that before Kriyat Shofar. And I think the insight there is that the deepest place of belief, the deepest memory of that first simplicity, is that being in this world is an act of love. And only from the memory that we are loved, that our being in this world is love, can we take the step back from the brokenness into this new Tkiya Pshuta. And so in Rosh Hashanah, that's our project. That's our project, to remember that we are loved, and that love gives us the power to reconnect to the crying out, to the working through the brokenness, Tkiya, Shvarim Truah, Tkiya. We are loved, loved, loved by eternal love, unending love. We are loved, loved by unending love, unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love, unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love, unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love,
come forward. Please rise as you are able. Bayan ending love. Bayan ending love. We are love. Bayan ending love. Bayan ending love. We are love. Bayan ending love. Bayan ending love.